Welcome all for the happy learning on video lectures on Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithms. And today we are seeing the second module and the third session of our second module, which is Introduction to Data Structure. What is data structure? So in day-to-day life we are using many applications which are all an applications of data structure. Take the WhatsApp, Facebook, whatever it may be, those are all the applications of data structure. We'll see what is data structure first. Okay, when we give a set of instruction to a computer or when we develop an application, we need data. We have numerous data, and that data becomes only data unless you convert that into necessary information. How do we convert that data into necessary information? By arranging those data in a sequential order. When you represent the data in an informative manner, only then it will be converted to an application, right? So it is nothing but representation of a data in an effective way. Usually what we do, we give a set of instruction to the computer. How do we give? We give that through a step-by-step procedure, that is algorithm. And that algorithm will be representing the data in a structured and ordered manner. Okay, so we'll be representing the data in an effective manner. That is what a data structure is. Data structure is nothing but the effective representation of a data. The other definition for data structure, it is nothing but the method to organize a large amount of data in an efficient and effective manner, so that it may be converted to an application. So all your data, unless you order those data, it is only a data. When do you convert that data into an information? Only when you give an ordering of data, when you give an arrangement to those data. For example, take down your bank application. When you go with the bank application, what are all the data you have there? You have the account number, you have account holder's name, you have IFSC code, and you have branch code, everything. These are all only data. Okay, only when you give one structuring to that, that is when you link that data, when you link the customer ID with the account number, with the account holder's name, with the IFSC code, with the phone number, and their Aadhaar number, only then that will be converted to an application. This is what a data structure is. Unless you give an structuring or ordering of a data, it is only a raw data. How do you convert that raw data into an informative data? By providing the structure, by ordering the data in a specific order, you will be able to get an structure to your data. That is what data structure is. Every data will be organized into an structure, and whenever your data size grows, your structure will also be embedded. You will be adding all the features with the prevailing data. With this principle, you can follow the basic operations like addition, deletion of data, insertion of data, deletion, then searching of data. All this is possible only by structuring your data. We'll see what is the design goals to implement a data structure. We have two design goals. One is correctness, the other one is efficiency. So how do you organize the data? We are supposed to organize the data ensuring that it is giving you the correct information. So what happens? So take the banking application itself. When it is cash withdrawal, the balance, what is the formula we apply there? So whenever we take an amount, whenever we withdraw an amount from an ATM, the balance should be reduced with the amount taken in the ATM. Okay, that is what we have to ensure the correctness of the data. So we have to apply the logic so that it is ensuring the correctness of the data. Next is efficiency. Efficiency is nothing but the scalability. So whatever arrangement of data you are doing it, and whenever you are giving a structuring to the data, it should be capable of providing scalability. It should be capable of adding whenever the other users are using it. It should be capable of producing the it should be available to the all the applicant who is using. So we are supposed to ensure the correctness and efficiency when we design the data structure. Next comes the implementation goals. When we implement the data structure, we have three specific goals. One is robustness, the other one is adaptability, the third one is reusability. Okay, robustness is nothing but it should be user friendly. The application what we develop, it should be very user friendly, so that you should have it is providing a good user interface. Next is adaptability. It is also concerned with the user interface. Whatever new features we are adding, it should support the data what we have arranged should be capable of supporting those features, added features. Then reusability, whenever there is a need of using the particular code again, whenever it is needed, it should provide the feature to do that. It should be capable of accessing those data whenever it is needed. This we say it as reusability. Next we'll see what is the need for data structure. Okay, the ultimate thing is when we use a computer application, we are supposed, what are all the tasks involved there? We are supposed to store, organize and access the data. This is what, for whatever application we are using, this is the general principle we follow. Okay, to have that, to ensure this three basic principles, we need the data structure. Okay, whenever I give a data, whenever I give an input to the data, that data has to be accessed. That data should be accessible by the application what I am using. Okay, when I give more number of data, that applicable should be capable of handling all the data. So that is the first and foremost reason. The second thing is we mainly use data structure in a day-to-day application, search operation. Okay, so this data structure plays a vital role there. Whenever we want to search a particular data, when we are giving in a structured, and we use, there are several data types we are using to provide this functionality. Third need for data structure is to handle the high level request of data. So there in day-to-day life there are a high level of data transfer between multiple systems. So to support this, we need a data structuring over there. Okay, and only when you have a structuring of data, it will be able to work efficiently. Because before that, when you don't give a structuring to the data, it is only a raw data. Only after providing the structuring, it becomes an application. So this helps. Data structuring helps you to achieve the efficiency. So whatever application we use in day-to-day life, the main task we do is traversing. We will be copying one document to the other document. We'll be merging. We'll do it. So many of features we will be doing. So the first thing, the data structure will be supporting that traversing. Second, whenever we need to insert a data, take WhatsApp application itself. If you want to search, you have an option to search there, insert there. When you want to insert a number to a WhatsApp group, it is made possible. It is very easy. When you want to delete a number from WhatsApp, you can delete it. So these are all possible only with the help of structuring your data. Okay, only when your data has been structured, you are capable of doing all this features. Then the fourth feature it is supporting is that search operation. Whenever you need to search something, this structuring of your data will make it easier. Okay, and when you go for sorting, when you want to sort some set of data, this is made possible when you structure the data, when you order the data. Okay, and the other feature is when you want to merge two files, it is possible because you have a feature of doing that when your data are structured. Generally, we use these data structures, that is array data structure, linked list data structure, stack, queue, graph, tree and hash table, and we will see this one by one in the next session. And we'll see what are all the applications of it. Okay, application of when you go with arrays. We use many things in our day-to-day life, day-to-day application. Question paper, ordering that, assigning a mark to that as one of the example for application of array. Then when you go with linked list, and you type something in the URL, and when you want to go to the certain pages in the web page, that is an example of a linked list. The banking application, when you process something, when you go from one web page to other web page, these are all the application of linked list. Like that, when you go for stack, okay, when you go for stack, you have many when you go for surfing, you have many functionalities like traversing forward, backward. All that are all the applications of stack. When you go for queue, you have a option. We follow many job scheduling procedure when you work with the data sets. That are all the applications of queue. When you send a data, or when you send a data through WhatsApp, that are all will be stored in a queue and it will be delivered. That are all the applications of queue. When you for graph, when you go with the graph, the application of graph will be Facebook. When you go, what happens in the Facebook, we have an it constructs 3 friends which comes under our circle. So these are all the applications of graph. And when you go for a tree, application of tree, these are all the applications of data structures. Whenever you want to search any operations, we use many searching data structures. We have one among them is binary search tree, that we will discuss when you go with tree concepts. And while you go for searching, we use the concept of hash table, which is an application of data structure. So we use in day-to-day life, we are using the data structure in all the field what we are using. This is all about the introduction to data structure. Thank you all.